Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 4. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To the air, Allen. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Gregory Rousseau works his way in for the stop and the loss.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now a first carry for their fullback. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw, it's Allen.
Quick slant to Shakir.
It'll be a gain of 5. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Throwing now is Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. Touchdown, Bills. James Cook from 19 yards away. And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need to rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A tackle made by Dorian Williams. 6-0 our score after 1. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 9. Geno now to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, a one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. He's into space past the 25. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Out of the gun, Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence, that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And they take the lead here at 7-6. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Allen now looks to throw. Shakir hauls it in. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Allen going to change this at the line. Now Allen to throw. Throwing on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Allen going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Throwing on first down is Allen, sliding out of the pocket. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. To throw is Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Geno. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Here's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. In motion right, that's Metcalf. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he'll get this down to the 41.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Again, Smith. That's caught over the middle by Fant. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
A gear for Walker running right.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Smith. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. DK Metcalf from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks will add to their 4th quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Buying time to his left. And he fends him off. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One final try here for Allen. That is caught, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 12 on 4th and 10, just enough for the conversion, and defensively an opportunity slips away. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cook up the gut.
Right there, look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Allen. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And Cook has it, left side. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Back to the ground, Cook. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Now Allen. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Here now, 2nd and goal. Now Allen, and they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Reggie Gilliam taking it in from a yard out. And the Bills have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2. Allen, they're going to try and run for it. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Being chased out left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Here's 1st down. Running right, here's
is Walker. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's Smith. Gets this to Fant. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Smith to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5. They snap it to Smith. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Throwing, Allen. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Smith's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll be brought down after a nice gain, a pickup of 20. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
So it's the Seahawks who are going to get the first crack at things. They'll possess it to start things off here in overtime. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Straight ahead, Walker. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He wasn't able to really get anything going in regulation. Maybe it'll be a little different story here in overtime.
And it appears that with that call, they want to establish the run in overtime, try and set the tone for what they're going to get done. And you're right, maybe it didn't work so well in regulation. Overtime could be the charm. And by the way, the yards count either way.
2nd down and 4. First throw here in overtime for Smith. And his throw here is incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Smith's going to throw it. Complete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT.
And partner, that's a sequence that could prove costly because they drove down the field to start overtime, couldn't convert on 3rd down, and then they get the missed field goal. Now, the advantage certainly goes to the other sideline.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll wind up getting about 8, but the clock will run. Also, don't forget, it's now 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Here's Allen. Picked off by Ernest Jones. Well, certainly this defense knew that a field goal would beat them, and in this football game, they came up with a gigantic interception right there, CD.
Maybe not a surprise to either one of us because both of these defenses have been dominant throughout this game. Right now, if you're playing on offense, you're just hoping that they make a mistake on the other side and you can capitalize on it because making headway has been really difficult all game long.
This is Fant on the short completion.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
One overtime, how about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Smith. Walker with a grab, left side. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. 2nd and 10. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won it here in double overtime. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home.